All right, so that was exciting yesterday. That this feature that I built, well, it's charged up these holes, and don't fall down in there, Monty. That's like still like 7 feet deep from that level. So, um, but yeah, so I would have been in, I would have been standing in about 3 feet of water yesterday because it went up to that edge. And so this little trench right here that I dug, started relieving it and delivering it down into here. And into here, we this was water was running over these rocks here. You gotta be careful because there's a spot up here. There's a sinkhole. I wonder how deep it goes because a lot of water was going down. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So here's a sinkhole that um, that developed. So we're gonna explore that later. But yeah, so this was all full of water, and he's it was really cool. This is the first time that this is all filled up. So this was full all the way to this level, and then I dug this little trench to deliver the water. There was water filling up on this terrace here, and so yeah, I got that on video from with another device, but my computer can't read it, so that's exciting. Um, it'll be. I really hope that the video will be able to be shared because that was pretty neat. So like even here, I mean, like I had water. I had to dig a trench across the yard to get the water from that level over there coming this way. Luckily, the old case 420 helped me out, and to throw some fuel in her, and she fires right up. Perfect. So, yeah. So this little garden area is now modified to accept the amount of water that comes off this hillside, and we'll rake this out and kind of knock it down so it's a gentle slope through here. But that's what we're doing, is we're spreading that water out so it can soak in on the landscape instead of just run away and flood the areas down below. So yeah, one of the most exciting times I've had here on the here at the Apocalyptic Ashram Hawks Haven, because there was a lot of water, and what you can see is it's all just well, I mean, it's all washed away. I mean, I can't believe it soaked in one day though, most of it. So mostly doing this for documentation purposes. It's not really entertainment, but the things that we're doing here by introducing mulch and terracing and taking property that looked like that and turning it into an engineered landscape that can manage the water, manage the air elements. Because like down in the bottom of these holes here, we've got a big area where the coldest air every night works its way down through the valley, right? And if you've got holes that the coldest air can get trapped into, the warmer air flows over it and traps the coldest air. Well, in the morning, when you've got the warmth and you've got the warmth working its way up through the valley, you've got the warmest air coming in contact with the coldest air, and you create a dew point zone. And that's how we can take the humidity that's in the air and put it into the ground and into features that we can benefit from. So, planting trees in these dew point zones, then the trees start to provide leaves, and the leaves typically fall to the ground every year, and they mulch the soil, and they provide space for the beneficial insects to grow. And you're creating an ecosystem when we do things a little more naturally. And maybe naturally didn't involve hydraulic, the presence of a machine that can dig for me. But in the old days, you had people, lots of people, that would all help a little bit. But in today's day, it's really hard to find anybody that wants to help on anything important. They're okay with playing video games. They're okay with going to the mall and spending $180 on a pair of jeans. Even youth that are participating in real physical activities. Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, because he might be embarrassed and not want me to share this. But I know of a young man who was a varsity football player. He's playing lacrosse. He's just a really strong young man. He said, hey, can I come out and make a few dollars? I'm like, yeah, all right, come on over. I figure I might well shoot, this kid, he's been throwing weights in a gym and running around a field, and he'd probably be a pretty good help. But he was only able to help for 2 hours. And then he decided that was way too hard to earn money actually doing physical labor. So he didn't even come back. And I mean, we had good talks. We were achieving things, like stacking rocks like this, right? I mean, if we're stacking rocks and we're building things that we think are cool, well, it's kind of just fun to create. But if we're always looking at how life is happening to us instead of for us, and we're not creating the future we want, we're just entertaining ourselves and hoping for a free or easy money to buy whatever we feel we have to have to be happy. So stacking rocks has been kind of fun. I've learned I can do them a lot better than I did before. I've got near vertical walls, and they're looking like more intention has been placed into creating things than just throwing them into place. So anyway, yeah, I was going to show you the all sorts of water that I got over there, but it's mostly gone. So, but that's good. I mean, because it's going right where I've intended for it to go. I want it to go into the ground. I'm not holding it at the surface for me to benefit. I'm holding it at the surface, or at least localized on the mountain, so we can all benefit from it. And if everybody was each doing a little bit, I could take a vacation. That would be nice. But that's not their free will choices right now. So when people choose to start doing things that matter, all of the things that matter will start getting the attention they deserve. See, like all these little catch basins here. I mean, like every one of these holes that's been created around the property serves as a place that Monty wants to drop his morning deposit. Okay, we're gonna get out of here because luckily we don't have smell-o-vision here, huh? So here's, I don't get too close to this edge up here. That's a little bit of a fall. But yeah, so that's what we have left. There's still a bit of a trickle coming off the waterfall up there, but most of the water has sheeted off the land now, and so that's mostly what we get all year. You know, I mean, it'll rain a few more times, but we get a lot of water in a short amount of time, and that's why a lot of people haven't, I think, dedicated to doing water management features, because they say, well, we hardly ever get it. And I'm like, well, that's why it's important to conserve what we get. I mean, that's the basis of this, is if we conserve what we get and we manage the other elements so that we can get what's available to us, you know, from the air, then we really have a big benefit. And you know, with this, like this mulch, you know, this is sheet mulching, cardboard, right? And then this is the chipped mulch from the landfill. And I mean, it's various sizes and all sorts of different stuff. But after it's sat there for a while and it's been watered, and you rake out the big stuff that comes, you know, that works its way to the top and something you don't want to walk on, you know, grass just grows from it, right? And I mean, although grass isn't the crop that I look to grow, if it's going to come up naturally and provide resources that can be spread out on other areas of the property, why not, right? I mean, it's ground cover, and there's always something to see here at the apocalyptic ashram Hawkshaven, whether it's recycled walls out of tires or antique toys still working, or some recycled tin cans into a flower for a tree. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right here, or right here is the next video that YouTube thinks is good for you.